streamer and I'm a qualified body language analyst and private investigator, and today I'm going to be reacting to this infamous scene from The Walking Dead, where Shane kills Otis to escape and save Carl. So, let's take a look.
Carl, still a chance. Otis?
When Herschel asks for Otis, Shane immediately does a mouth tense before distancing to the ground when he says no. His defense mechanism is clearly triggered before he even arrives at the farm, as shown by his elevated respiration rate. Hearing Otis instantly activates his amygdala, which triggers an automatic protective response that forces him to distance. We distance as a method of appearing non-confrontational to those around us. It's a strong sign of emotional vulnerability.
We say nothing to Patricia. Not till after. I need her. Nothing kept blocking us. Every turn. We had nothing left. We was down to 10 rounds, and he said...
So Shane is distancing an extreme amount here, and this is actually very revealing. Shane blamed Otis for shooting Carl and never showed warmth towards him, and his reaction here is far too over the top, which would suggest more to this story than meets the eye. And I think Rick picks up on this slightly here. And Shane also has his eyes firmly open, which is a symptom of acute peritraumatic disassociation. When in this state, the brain sends signals to inhibit the muscles responsible for closing the eyes, causing the wide stare. He also sees a reduction in activity in his prefrontal cortex, which is why he appears almost incoherent here. And an interesting fact, IQ has actually been measured to drop 30 points when under extreme stress.
He said he'd cover me and then I should keep going, so that's what I did. I kept going, but I look back and he just... I tried. You wanted to make it right.
Maggie has her mouth open wide here and is also distancing her attention to the floor. Otis's death deeply hurts her. The wide open mouth is an autonomic oxygen intake response, filling her with the oxygen in case she needs to defend herself. She also distances as an appeasement gesture to appear non-confrontational. The brain doesn't differentiate between a real physical threat and an emotional threat, and thus prepares her body to defend herself. And Shane, seeing her emotional reaction, distances and looks at Rick. We even see a super short and subtle expression of a smile, which is known as a smile mask.
How many rounds you got left? 4. You? 1 in a pint. Come on!
When seeing that Otis ripped out some of his hair, he instantly expresses extreme eye contact. His defense mechanism becomes triggered here, and his brain forces him into a state of hyper-awareness. He then does what's called a grounding behavior, resting his arms on the wall, which helps reduce his physiological arousal and gives him a sense of stability. Killing Otis has generated him extreme post-traumatic stress, showing that Shane still has a deep sense of empathy. He is completely broken here.
down to my last. Me too. I'm sorry.
So something really interesting happens here. We see the moment Shane decides to kill Otis. His head twitches and he diverts his eye contact before suddenly looking at Otis, as if suddenly realizing what he's about to do. When the brain detects a high-stakes situation, the basal ganglia creates quick automatic motor responses before conscious thought has time to catch up. He's effectively jumping into action as he realizes what he needs to do. This pretty much confirms to me that this decision was entirely made in the spur of the moment. So we see all the signs of Shane's defense mechanism being activated here, and when Otis pulls his hair, he expresses teeth clenching. This is called gate control theory. By tensing his jaw and teeth together, he actually blocks the pathways in the brain that transmit pain signals, thus reducing his pain sensation. This is a survival mechanism that genuinely helps him in this situation, and evolved into us for situations exactly like this. Shane is expressing post-traumatic stress here and has his defense mechanism triggered. We see increased respiration and hyper-alertness, as shown by his excessive eye contact. He's still living the moment he killed Otis, and it's clearly traumatized him. Everyone likes to say that Shane was extremely well accustomed to the new world, but I really don't think that's true. I think that Shane is perhaps one of the most emotionally vulnerable characters. He killed Otis out of desperation, and he never really recovers from this.